What up, good people? It's your boy Ant from the Hip Hop News Report, and in this report we have Lathan Jr. says he wasn't surprised by Kanye's anti-Semitic comments. The media personality addressed the topic during the latest episode of the Ranger podcast Higher Learning, saying he heard West make similar remarks during his infamous TMZ appearance back in 2018, where the artist shared his opinion that slavery was a choice. Lathan, who was working for the outlet at the time, recalled to co-host Rachel Lindsay that Kanye allegedly professed his love for Adolf Hitler and the Nazis. However, those statements were edited out of the final video. Check out this clip from the podcast.
Well, what were you, to hear him make these type of comments, these anti-Semitic comments, you weren't taken aback?
No, I already heard him say that stuff before. He
When?
At TMZ. When he was at TMZ that time, I was taken aback because that type of anti-Semitic talk is disgusting. It's like I'm taken aback anytime anyone does that, right? But as far as him, I knew that was in him because when he came to TMZ, he said that stuff and they took it out of the interview. He said, so if you look at what I said at TMZ, it goes from me saying like, I said, hey, Kanye, there's real life, real world implication to everything that you just said there. What I say after that, if I can remember, it's been a long time, was actually 12 million people actually died because of Nazism and Hitler and all of that stuff. And then I move on to talk about what he said about slavery was this whole big thing. Well, the 12 million people part is not in there because they took it out. And the reason why they took it out is because it wouldn't have made sense unless they kept in Kanye saying that he loved Hitler and the Nazis, which he said when he was at TMZ. He said something like, I love Hitler, I love Nazis, something to that effect when he was there. And they took it out of the interview because of whatever reason. It wasn't my decision for him to take it. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, I knew that this was eventually coming. As a matter of fact, I had anticipated it coming like way earlier than this. That was 4 years ago, and he really hasn't attacked Jewish people before then. But one of the producers at TMZ actually stood up and said, I'm Jewish, and that is offensive to me, what you just said. Because he said something, he said, I love Hitler or I love Nazis or something like that. But that's what he said. He said that whatever. So, and they took it out. And there was, I guess, conversation between him and whatever, and it came out in an interview. So if you go back and watch that clip, and if people want to go back, if you go back and watch that clip, I say what I say, and there's a cut right there. And people might think that they stitched it together to make me seem more eloquent, which you can't possibly do. But no, they stitched it together to take out my reference to the Holocaust. And I said 12 million because we're talking about 6 million Jews, 6 million others that were killed during the Holocaust. They took that out because they took out him saying he was a Nazi. They took out
the part of him making those type of comments, but they kept in the part where he made disparaging comments towards black people?
Correct. Correct. So they kept in slavery. Holocaust was a third rail, had to get out. Correct.
There's a point in that clip where when he's standing up and talking, and I'm assuming that's when he said it up there, when he's on the platform, where he kind of is like questioning people, like, I'm paraphrasing, like, who feels what I'm saying? Or like,
am I a free thinker? Yeah.
Yeah. And people are raising their hands. So what you're telling me is he said something anti-Semitic and people were raising their hands?
Well, a couple people raised their hands. One of those hands
there were several people who raised their hands. There were several people who raised their hands in that. Because that's what always
people raise their hands. People raise their hands. One of the people that raised their hands was Candace Owens, though. So she was there. So like
cult-like behavior.
Okay, let's move on from Kanye.
The Higher Learning episode comes days after Instagram and Twitter restricted West's accounts over posts that were widely considered anti-Semitic. Last week, Kanye shared a text exchange in which he suggested Diddy was being controlled by Jewish people. Kanye's post stemmed from Diddy's criticism of the White Lives Matter shirt that West debuted during Paris Fashion Week earlier this month. Shortly after Kanye posted the text messages, Instagram confirmed it had restricted his verified account, prompting Kanye to take to Twitter. Shortly after returning to the social media platform, West tweeted he would go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people in response to the backlash. Twitter locked his account soon after. Also, Kanye faced more controversy following his interview on the Fox News Tucker Carlson Tonight, where he shared anti-Jewish conspiracy theories about greed and money. Many suspect he made similar comments during his recent appearance on The Shop. The series co-host Maverick Carter confirmed the episode would not air due to Kanye's hate speech. Maverick Carter stated, "The Shop embraces thoughtful discourse and differing opinions. We have zero tolerance for hate speech of any kind and will never allow our channels to be used to promote hate. I take full responsibility for believing Kanye wanted a different conversation and apologize to our guests and crew. Hate speech should never have an audience." Don't forget to like this video. Let me know you guys' thoughts about this story in the comments. And of course, subscribe to the Hip Hop News Report for more hip hop news updates. I'll catch you guys in the next one.